heroism highlight not only the strength of arms, but also the indomitable spirit of those who fought to defend their homelands, honor, and way of life. 1. Arminius, the betrayer turned savior. Arminius, a Cherusci chieftain raised and trained by the Romans, became the architect of one of Rome's greatest military defeats. His cunning and courage have immortalized him as a symbol of Germanic resistance. Uniting the tribes. Arminius' greatest act of heroism was his ability to unite the fractious Germanic tribes. Facing the threat of Roman conquest, he persuaded rival tribes like the Bructeri and Chatti to fight together. The risk. Arminius risked his life and reputation by betraying Rome, the empire that had educated him and given him a position of power. The outcome. His efforts culminated in the ambush at the Teutoburg Forest in 9 CE, where his leadership and strategy led to the annihilation of 3 Roman legions. Defiance and tragedy. Even after his victory, Arminius continued to fight for Germanic independence. Though ultimately betrayed and assassinated by his own people in 21 CE, his legacy as a hero of freedom endures. 2. Germanicus, Rome's avenger. Germanicus, a celebrated Roman general, undertook a series of daring campaigns to avenge Rome's losses after the Teutoburg Forest disaster. His deeds are remembered as acts of valor and loyalty to the empire. The Battle of Idistavizo. Germanicus led his legions into Germania in a series of punitive expeditions. In the decisive Battle of Idistavizo in 16 CE, he faced Arminius' forces in an open field. Heroic leadership. Germanicus inspired his troops with a fiery speech, urging them to remember the honor of Rome and the comrades lost at Teutoburg. Leading from the front, he charged into battle, rallying his men to victory. Symbolic victory. Although Arminius escaped, Germanicus recovered 2 of the 3 lost eagle standards, a powerful symbol of Roman pride. Protecting his soldiers. Germanicus was known for his compassion as well as his courage. After his victories, he ensured the proper burial of Roman soldiers who had fallen years earlier at Teutoburg, honoring their sacrifice. 3. The last stand of the 19 Legion. The 19 Legion, one of the 3 annihilated at Teutoburg, is remembered for its courage in the face of impossible odds. Surrounded and ambushed by Germanic forces, the legion fought valiantly until the end. The heroism of centurions. Centurions like Marcus Caelius organized desperate pockets of resistance, rallying their men to hold off waves of attackers. Despite knowing they were doomed, they fought to protect their comrades and the eagle standard. The epitaph of Marcus Caelius. A gravestone discovered centuries later commemorates Caelius' bravery, standing as a testament to the courage of Rome's soldiers even in defeat. 4. Velida, the seeress of the Batavian Revolt. During the Batavian Revolt, 69 to 70 CE, Velida, a prophetess of the Bructeri tribe, became a symbol of hope and resistance for the Germanic tribes. Though she did not fight directly, her influence was profound. Inspiration in battle. Velida's prophecies were believed to be divinely inspired, and she used her spiritual authority to rally warriors against Rome. Symbol of unity. Velida's leadership helped the tribes maintain their resolve during the revolt, and her presence inspired fighters to achieve notable victories, such as the capture of Roman forts along the Rhine. A heroine captured. After the revolt was suppressed, Velida was captured by Roman forces and taken to Rome. Even in captivity, she remained a symbol of Germanic resilience. 5. The courage of the Roman engineers. Roman engineers, often overlooked in tales of heroism, displayed incredible bravery during the construction and defense of forts along the Rhine and Danube frontiers. Building under fire. Under constant threat of attack, engineers constructed bridges, roads, and fortifications deep in enemy territory. Their work enabled Roman legions to operate in hostile lands and defend the empire's borders. The bridge over the Rhine. In 55 BCE, Julius Caesar's engineers built a temporary bridge across the Rhine in just 10 days, allowing Roman forces to cross into Germania. The feat demonstrated not only technical skill but also extraordinary courage, as they worked under the constant threat of Germanic attack. 6. The women of Germania, guardians of freedom. Germanic women played crucial roles during the wars, often displaying remarkable courage in defending their families and communities. Encouraging the warriors. Tacitus wrote of Germanic women standing behind their warriors in battle, shouting encouragement and reminding them of what they were fighting for. B. Defenders of the villages. When Roman forces launched punitive campaigns, Germanic women often defended their villages, wielding whatever weapons they could find to protect their children and elders. A mother's valor. One legend speaks of a Germanic woman who, after her village was attacked, led a small group of survivors in a counterattack against Roman troops, saving her family and earning the admiration of her tribe. 7. The Brotherhood of the Roman Frontier. Roman soldiers stationed along the Rhine and Danube developed a deep camaraderie that inspired acts of heroism. Saving comrades. In one account, a group of Roman soldiers cut through enemy lines to rescue their injured commander, carrying him to safety despite suffering heavy casualties themselves. B. The Siege of Vindobona. During the Marcomannic Wars, Roman defenders at the frontier fort of Vindobona, modern Vienna, held out against overwhelming Germanic forces. Their determination and resourcefulness turned the tide, allowing reinforcements to arrive and repel the attackers. 8. Alaric and the Sack of Rome, 410 CE. Though outside the early Roman-Germanic wars, Alaric I's actions during the Sack of Rome stand as an enduring tale of leadership and restraint. A. The Compassionate Conqueror. Despite leading the Visigoths to sack Rome, Alaric sought to minimize unnecessary bloodshed, forbidding his troops from harming churches or civilians who sought refuge there. B. A New Chapter. Alaric's leadership marked the transition from Rome's dominance to the era of Germanic kingdoms, cementing his place as a pivotal figure in history. 9. The resilience of the tribes. Throughout centuries of conflict, the Germanic tribes displayed unrelenting determination, adapting to Roman tactics and evolving into formidable foes. A. The Chatties counteroffensive. The Chatti tribe, after suffering a devastating Roman attack, regrouped and launched a counteroffensive that drove Roman forces out of their territory. Their resilience became legendary among the tribes. B. Arminius' return. Even after his initial victories, Arminius continued to resist Roman incursions, harassing their supply lines and ambushing their forces. His tenacity earned him the respect of both allies and enemies. Conclusion: timeless tales of heroism. The Roman-Germanic wars were a crucible of courage, sacrifice, and resilience. The heroic stories that emerged from 10. Heroic struggles and the shaping of European identity. The enduring stories of heroism from the Roman-Germanic wars not only define the legacy of the conflict, but also played a pivotal role in shaping the identity of Europe. The figures and events that emerged from this period left an indelible mark on European history, influencing future generations and contributing to the cultural and political foundations of the continent. A. The Germanic spirit of freedom. The heroism displayed by the Germanic tribes, particularly in resisting the might of Rome, became a symbol of defiance and independence. Arminius as a national icon. Arminius, or Hermann, became an enduring symbol of the Germanic spirit. His victory at Teutoburg Forest was celebrated as a triumph of freedom over oppression. In later centuries, especially during the Romantic period, Arminius became a national hero who represented the desire for autonomy and national unity for the German people. Cultural resistance. The tribe's ability to preserve their traditions and ways of life in the face of Roman encroachment was seen as a mark of cultural resilience. Germanic stories of heroism were passed down through oral traditions, helping to forge a collective identity that endured beyond the conflict. B. The Roman legacy of order and discipline. While the Roman Empire ultimately failed to conquer Germania, its military discipline, engineering expertise, and organizational structures left a lasting legacy. Roman discipline. The courage and skill of Roman soldiers, especially in the face of defeat, remains legendary. Their strict discipline, devotion to their comrades, and ability to fight under extreme conditions were seen as the hallmark of Roman strength. Even in defeat, Roman soldiers upheld the empire's values of loyalty and honor. Engineering and infrastructure. The Roman military's efforts to construct roads, forts, and bridges, particularly along the Rhine and Danube, were not just tactical but also symbolic. These physical structures marked the enduring presence of Roman civilization in the frontier regions, and their construction under hostile conditions is a testament to Roman resilience and engineering ingenuity. See the birth of the medieval world. The legacy of the Roman-Germanic Wars is deeply intertwined with the transition from the ancient world to the medieval era. The heroic deeds of the tribes who resisted Rome paved the way for the eventual formation of medieval kingdoms and the cultural fusion that defined Europe. The Franks and the rise of Charlemagne. One of the most lasting legacies of the Germanic tribes was the rise of the Frankish Empire. Under leaders like Clovis and later Charlemagne,